I have I have my reasons for playing these songs all the time.
Let's hear it.
This is kind of a good one. Is our sound good? No weird.
So far, girl.
Okay.
Oh no.
So apparently, as far as the sound, because you have, I see in the corner there's original sound for musicians.
Uh,
For me, that has to be turned off. So I guess I'm not a
well, yeah, it's
musician.
just for musicians. Yeah, that's why. Come on.
Yeah. So that was actually funny too. I'll get to the song, but I've been doing the intros like to save time. I just do them.
Yeah.
I used to like do them
You're
in
like, this was a great conversation and it sucked. So you're like, I got
like
to do
this is
that again.
so funny. We talked about so many things.
We only
So
talk about one thing and it's not funny.
yeah, so this one actually, yeah, you walked in on me, so it's gonna be a short and sweet.
What are you doing,
Yeah.
dude?
Are you just talking to yourself? Okay, so Rockaway Beach.
Yeah.
We were Tainted Love played in New York last weekend. Um, and so at the end of the trip, we're driving to the airport and it was kind of fun. Like we got this like big like freaking what would you call it? Like a 15-person passenger van.
Oh, nice.
And so it was like it was like a real it felt like a real band. You know, we're like, "Oh, we're in the van." And
You're on tour, man.
yeah, we were on tour, bro. And so we drove out in the van because we played a birthday party way out. It was actually in the Hamptons, which was kind of fun to be like, "Whoa, we're in the Hamptons." I we didn't even see the water, but
Yeah. Had you been to the Hamptons before?
no, no, and I
Yeah.
probably never will go again.
Sure.
But but yeah, apparently because I was all like thinking like Wolf of Wall Street, you know, like we're gonna be on the beach and this would be sick. But
Right.
we're kind of like in the forest a little bit.
Hmm.
Um like it kind of reminded me of like Napa. Like
Oh,
that's what it felt like. But the water was right
nice.
there. But you have to pay like $50 to go to the beach. I
Wow.
guess that's how they keep the riffraff out.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm definitely riffraff, so I didn't
Oh, oh heck yeah.
go. Okay, so we're coming back to the airport, and I was flying separate, and Dave T, our sound guy, was flying separate, and so we had to get Dave back a little early, and then I was a little bit like 30 minutes later, but we had this downtime where it was like, let's see, it was maybe like 2:30 or something like that, and the flights like we needed to be there at like 4:45. It was there was a little time,
Just enough, but not enough. Yeah.
just enough. So we go to JFK and we drop off Dave and Alex is not a nervous flyer. Like if
No.
you he's like I'm not sitting in an airport. I'm going to the beach.
Yeah.
And we're like okay. He's like if you feel like we're going to miss the flight, he's like and he literally said
Stay here. Yeah.
he's like get the fuck out of the van cuz
Yeah.
I'm going to the beach. I'm not sitting in an airport. So if you're nervous, get out.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm going. And he's like I want to go to Rockaway Beach.
Yeah.
And then like he put on that song rock Rockaway Beach.
If you don't believe me, listen to this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like, dude, I've been listening to Ramones so much. He's like, I gotta go see Rockaway Beach, and he's like, it's 8 miles. We're gonna be fine. And so the whole time we're like, Rockaway Beach, and then I was like, wait a minute, you could also fit in. I missed my flight.
Oh God.
And then we're like, and, and then we're like, I think it only works if it fits in that chorus. So if it's like, you know, like 45 minutes late, okay, yeah, that would work
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Is
Yep.
there like it's gotta,
Anything you can sing is must be true.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's if it fits in there, then that's what's
That's
how it's gonna work.
truly inane tour bus shit, dude.
Yeah, totally. And so we made it out, and then like as we're going, like at first we're like, yeah, let's go to the beach, and then all of a sudden like we start getting nervous, like we're hitting traffic, and we're like,
Uh-oh. We, except for not
yeah,
Alex, still.
yeah. And even Brett was kind of like, are you sure? And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm going to the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care if I get back tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Muscat was getting nervous. He's like, I
Oh God.
feel like I made a huge mistake.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised Muscat didn't just get out at the airport. That does not sound like him to
Yeah.
even. I can't imagine Jason at a beach. Period.
Well, he actually, because he's doing this diet right now, and he's
Uh-huh.
crushing it. Like it's called 75 hard,
Oh
and
my God.
he's doing it for the
I
summer.
saw that movie. It was rated triple X, I think.
Yeah, right. You can download it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's basically like there's all these rules and like regulations on life,
Yeah.
and you have to drink like a gallon of water a day. And I see you're drinking an IPA.
Yeah. Yeah. The opposite, 75 soft.
That's what I've been saying, dude, the whole time. I've been going, if you're 75 hard, I'm the other 25 soft.
Yeah, nice.
And I'll be
Nice.
eating like a freaking croissant ham sandwich.
Can
So-
I get some extra butter?
yeah, can I get a bowl of mayonnaise? Yeah. So, anyways, he's crushing this thing, and it's like all these rules, and he's lost tons of weight. And like, I'm like, dude, diets aren't for everyone, but for
Mhm.
Jason, I'm like, you're gonna do this perfectly.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like he could live the rest of his life just on this diet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's like
if
he
you,
wakes up at like 7 a.m. like dong.
yeah,
You
doink,
know.
and it's like,
Yeah.
like for me, it's like, give me a diet, and I will be the worst
That's how
at
Noelle
it.
is too.
It's like that's not
On
how.
the first day, she's like, "Well, you're allowed a cheat day."
Yeah, it's kind of like it told me to drink a gallon of water, so I'm gonna drink 3 gallons of IPA. Actually,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's water in there.
yeah,
It all evens out.
I gotta like break the rules. So, anyways,
So now he's all cut and everything. I want to see him.
he's just he's losing weight.
Good for
And
him.
so yeah, we got to the beach though, and he's like, I gotta pee because he's drinking like a gallon of water.
Oh God, yeah,
And so he ran to the bathroom, went pee, ran straight back to the van.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he was in the van. I walked with Trey because I wanted to see Rockaway Beach, and it was really cool. And I was interested in the waves, because I always like to see like surf spots,
Yeah.
and the waves were amazing. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. But there were like 7 million people on the beach. Like,
Oh man.
I don't. It's a real public. I guess you'd call that riffraff. The Hamptons don't let that happen. But
Right.
so Trey's walking with me, and Trey's like, "There's an ice cream truck. We gotta get an ice cream." And so like we're going back, and
Come on, Jason, break your diet.
yeah, yeah. And Trey comes in, and he's like, "You gotta get the thing," and he's got like this root beer float. And
I was gonna ask, does he tell you which one you need to order?
well, he got a root beer float. I did like I
That's
didn't even.
not what you get at an ice cream truck.
I
Come
I
on now, Trey.
I don't know, but he did, and somehow he managed to go get it, have it, and have it like half drank by the time we both got back to the same spot. I was like, "How'd you?" Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's like he doesn't want to be encumbered by the
right?
messy thing. But I thought you got to get a drumstick or something. Would you
Something
get?
or like I didn't get anything because
Oh yeah.
he like magically disappeared and reappeared with this thing
Yeah.
like at the same.
He's like Prince.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
just goes up
totally.
behind you.
Yeah, did you say root beer float? Yeah, yeah. And so, anyways, we get back to the airport. We dropped them off first because at this point they're
You
pretty.
drop Alex Pels off first?
No,
Oh, I was like, that guy's got the answer to everything.
no, because Alex was not nervous at all, and he was
Right.
driving the van, so he
I
had to
see.
return the van.
Oh my God.
So he was way behind, but he's like, it's fine. He's like, if I miss my flight, I'll just fly. I'll just do another thing.
Get a private jet.
He just did not care. I I always do care. Like I'm more nervous getting home than I am going
Really?
because normally unless I'm by myself going, because if you're with the whole band, I'm always like, if we all miss it, then it's like it's not my fault. Like it's like the act
Right.
of God or something. But going home, I'm always like, I don't want to get stuck somewhere, and then
Yeah.
you're kind of on your own, right? Um. Anyways, they dropped Jason and Trey off, uh, and then dropped me off because I was flying Delta and they were
Oh,
flying Alaska because it was a scheduling thing, and I
yeah.
wasn't sure if I would even do the show, but I did. So, anyways, I always have pre-check, so I'm like, I got in and I like already ordered my.
Doesn't everybody have that by now?
No,
Oh my God.
and Trey, I was like, they're
Trey
like,
doesn't want to pay the $75
yeah,
or whatever.
they were like, I'm like, oh, you guys don't have pre-check? And Trey's like, it doesn't, does it really matter? And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like sometimes it'll get you out of a serious jam. And so, anyways, I got in and I just walked right in, didn't check anything. And like I had like a French dip sandwich and like a beer, and I'm getting 75 soft, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm getting texts of those guys going, "Oh my god, the line's so long."
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
Alex is like already like on the plane and they're still in security. And like Jason's like, "I don't know, man." Like it's like
Oh, because Alex, of course, has pre-check. He
he
probably
has pre-check.
clear and everything.
Yeah, and so like they barely made it. And it's
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, like if Jason misses this flight, he's never gonna listen to Alex ever again.
yeah. Jason just like stress sweated off the 75 pounds
Dude,
or whatever.
that's hilarious. You nailed that because that's what we were saying. I'm like, dude, this. I was like, it's 75 hard midterms, bro.
Yeah. Right.
And he
Your
like,
SATs, at least you're not FAT.
yeah,
Nicely done.
yeah, and he literally said, I just sweat off my gallon of water. He
Yeah,
said,
that I believe. That
yeah.
I believe.
So, but
That's awesome, dude.
we
Well,
all
wait now.
made
Back
it.
back to Rockaway just for a sec, because I don't want to forget. But I
Yeah.
I have a guitar question. Oh boy,
Oh,
here
yeah.
we go.
Cool. No, I like it.
Um, okay, from my understanding, true punk, which Ramones aren't. Okay, but do you play it all downstrokes?
Oh, dude, I love this. I love this so much.
I think you can tell the difference when you listen, but you will
For
kill yourself
sure.
trying to do a full
Yeah,
show of that.
dude. Like, okay, so I don't anymore because I've gotten lazy. Um,
Yeah.
but so like I used to because I consider myself like growing up in high school. Punk was like a big part
Yeah.
of like my thing.
Really? Uh-huh.
Yeah, like kind of metal punk, but and down it was all about the downstrokes.
Dude.
And I used to me and my buddy from high school. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna burp a 75 cent. Sorry.
Derp. Hey, Homer, I'm gonna make you an omelet.
Too much coffee or something. Yeah. Sorry, Jason. We're disgusting pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, in high school, I was in love with this band. They're called Strung Out. I
Oh,
still love the band. They're like a West Coast kind of like skate punk band,
nice.
kind of metal, like No Effects. You ever heard of
Yeah,
this band?
yeah.
They're
Oh
like a
yeah.
Bay Area band, but same record label, same
Mhm.
kind of heavy guitar sound. And so I used to follow that band around. Like they would play and we would go and they were really it was punk rock, so they were always just hanging out, kind of
Yeah,
small venues. And
right.
I remember there was one time because I was obsessed with down picking. I was like Metallica and like
Hmm.
I was always like, they're down picking you have to down pick everything. And so I remember there was one night where I was probably 16 and the guitar player was hanging and he was just hanging out and I go, "Hey Jake," that's his name. I was like, "Jake." He's like, "What's up, dude?" And I was like, "Are you gonna down pick everything tonight?" And I could
He's
tell
like, get that kid out of here.
no, I could tell he was like amused because dude, we were like little zit
That
faced,
is a
like
funny. Yeah.
just all
Are you gonna?
stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just like, all right, and he like walks over. He's like, and he kind of laughed. He's like, down pick like everything. He's like, whoa, like that'd be crazy, right? And I was like, I thought he did down pick everything, but it's like,
It's like Santa's not real.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like impossible, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but so I totally respect the down pick. There's certain songs that actually in Tainted Love, like Luff Balloons,
Hmm. Oh heck yeah.
99. So
Yeah,
that
because we
tempo,
do it too.
like dun 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 dun, like about that fast.
Good for it.
If we're jamming and if I'm feeling it, I always would look at Alex and I'm like down picking.
Yeah.
Lately, I don't know if I'm like, I think when I start playing, when I'm in my funky moods, like I kind of lose that down. My hand gets looser.
Yeah.
And so my down pick kind of goes away
Yeah.
and I got to build it back or whatever. But lately, I haven't really been doing the
It's a
downs.
look thing too. If I look, and
Totally.
especially at like something slightly slower, maybe like 99.
Yeah.
If someone's doing it not down picking on it. Yeah, they're strumming it. Oh my god, it turns me off, dude. I
Yeah,
hate that.
yeah,
I
or
want
even
to see your arm like pumping.
yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah, like sedated. Gang, 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 gang.
yeah,
You don't want to be
yeah,
all flooby dooby doo.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I want to be sedated.
Yeah, it's all like flunky dunk. So, speaking of flunky dunky, yeah, how's it going? I came out
Speaking
of
of
the
flunky dunky, how are you?
I came out of the gate, dude.
Dude, I love it, man. Well, yeah, let's just fly around all over the place, all flunky dunky. Last night I did a solo show, and this is kind of like a lesson to learn. So it's a hotel in Palo Alto. It's called The Graduate. I think it just changed over from a different name.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
say,
it's
I feel
dope,
like
dude.
I was out, dude. I'm like, all my shows lately are out there. Like, me and
Yeah, I
Nervo
noticed you were in the East Bay, Stanford Shopping Center or something like that.
there, and then last night, me and Nervo, which gotta get into,
Oh God, yeah.
we were at freaking San Antonio Shopping Center, which is Mountain View.
View. Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah,
were pretty fairly close to each other last night. So this is a really, really good restaurant also. And I love when you get comped, for that. If the place has any class, they'll give you the meal.
yeah,
So I go in there. Actually, last time I went there, they have different managers come in from, I don't know how they do it, but they didn't know that it was comped or something. So I finished
ah,
my 3 hours of playing, and the lady comes up. She goes, "Well, here's your
yeah,
tab. We could just sign out on that." I was like, "Excuse me."
yeah.
She goes, "No, that it's 50% off." I go, "No, no, no." And I looked at her
Yeah,
like
no,
like I'm not even kidding her. I wasn't in the mood. I was like,
yeah,
"No, no." She goes, "Okay, oh, okay, that's fine with me."
yeah. It's a problem when you order, like, you go, "Hey, can I get a like beer or whatever?" Like, and you see him turn around and ring it in. You're like,
Yeah.
"Oh boy, here we
What are
go."
you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, and there's other people around, so you don't want to go. Excuse me, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
free.
It's just kind of like, I'll deal with this later or not deal with this later.
Or not deal with later, or once in a while. This is really bad, but I might just pay just because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like if it's a beer, not a big dinner. But
Right.
so it was dark. It's kind of a hip spot. It's all cool, moody, weird art everywhere, and
Uh-huh.
kind of a interesting vibe there. So I go back to the restaurant area, and it's low lit, and I'm kind of like standing way in the back by the register to just quietly order from the bartender slash server guy. And he's foreign, so it's like a little bit different communication, and which is fine. He's just like, "Gotta do very brother." Okay, man.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of foreign is that?
That's why I want to leave it a bit vague. I don't. It's like,
Is that a little like Groot, or what's his name? Gru from Despicable Me?
yeah, yeah.
Which I feel
He's
like we get into that a lot.
it's somewhere east of here.
It's
So
yeah.
he goes,
Stockton,
we're gonna do whatever, we're gonna do whatever,
Lodi,
brother. Yeah,
Lodi.
yeah, yeah. It's Livermore. So I go, "Hey man, well, I don't know. I couldn't see the menu too well. It's kind of dark in there, and even the menu's all aged looking and kind of dark. So I saw the word steak. I go, yeah, I'll get that, man. Get the steak. And I always say, you know what? Can you just, whenever it's ready is cool, I'll just take it to go. And a lot of times I'll just pick at it literally on the way home out of the to
Hmm.
go thing, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
So like a 2 hour drive back home or something. So I'm
Right.
like, I'm never gonna eat it on my break. There's nowhere to go, and you're just like talking to
Yeah.
people anyway or whatever. So uh then I had a friend come visit with me, like surprise me, which was crazy. I haven't seen in decades, and that was I'll maybe get into that. But the guy comes out, he goes, "Here is your food." Brought out the food. Oh gosh, this is awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you, man. It's just a bag. That came out one set before I was done, so it was like an hour or so.
So
That's
it's
fine.
just all sitting,
Yeah, it's sitting. It's sitting.
moisture
Oh
building
yeah. Oh yeah.
inside.
So then I finally get into the car. I end up visiting with my friend. So it's like 2 hours later I get to it. And I go, yeah, this is getting flunky dunky. So I get in the car, open it up, and the car is dark. I'm not looking what I'm doing too much. I just lay out, kind of have napkins just in case, and start put on some comedy on Pandora, and I open up a container, and it's kind of like a Tupperware, like
Yeah.
to keep it fresh, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where's the steak? I thought this is okay. I need to reach for, oh, okay, there's a bigger container that's like a cardboard one that's, you know, like a big French dip size. I go, okay, that's the steak. So this is a side dish. So I open up the Tupperware thing and I think, oh, it looks like it's baked beans or something.
A
So I'm
good
like,
a good to go snack.
yeah, it looks like a side, like the way they do their steak is beans on the side. I don't know what I thought, what
Yeah.
is this? So, whatever, I just take a bite of the baked beans and I almost spit it out all over the car. It's like, tastes like, I mean, it tastes like human organs, dude. It was
Ugh.
nasty. And I was like, oh, it was just gelatinous. And I thought, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
Ugh. And then I go to open the, I'll forget it. I'll just eat the steak. So I go open up the other thing and it's only French bread. So I'm like, uh, and then I remember back to the discussion that I go, I'll take the steak. And he goes, the tartar. So it was steak tartare.
Oh, but where was the tartar?
Dude, I was that
Oh, that was the
freaking,
organ.
that science experiment was the tartare.
Organ.
Dude, it was like
And it's
translucent.
been sitting there.
Oh my god, it was like see through. Did you guys ever dissect fetal pigs in junior high?
I made my way around that. I
Oh
did
no,
it.
we did that, and people would like tease each other with the like spleen, and like whip you with the intestines. And I was brought right back to that time, and I was like eating the freaking kidney.
Oh,
And I mean, because I got confused on the first bite, so I took a second bite, and I was like, I can't do this. This is
oh
like
my.
not a big bite, but like, oh god.
Yeah.
So I just like ate one piece of bread, and I was just like pissed. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like, oh, you said steak. I thought you said mistake. Mistake.
Beefsteak.
Yeah.
So I'm like, because there was two things that said steak on, and last time I got the other one, so this
Yeah.
was the other side of the
Right.
menu. And I remember also when I ordered it, he had a pause,
Yeah.
like that one. I'm like, yeah, yeah, just yeah, the steak, man. He goes, "Tatar?"
Tut,
And
tut.
I think I didn't know what he said
You're
exactly.
like, okay, ta ta.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Tut tut, calm down, young man. Tut tut. So I was like, wow, this is a really weird interaction. Yeah, dude, come on,
Yeah.
steak.
Come on, steak, bro.
Yeah, he's like, fine, you get what you asked for. So boy, did I get, boy,
Yeah.
dude, so take your time when you go to order on these and just,
Yeah.
take it out into the light, whatever it was, man.
Oh my
I gotta,
gosh. I picture like a piece of meat with like the marbling that's like rainbow colored.
oh yeah, it was like a
This is
fish.
gross, dude.
Oh, dude, it was nasty. It was like
You,
gerbils.
you ever have like a I do this use well it still I mean shoot it still happens because we still play late and sometimes you have those like I gotta eat and
Yeah,
like you like drive through or same situation like you where you get food and it's to go and it's like there's no way this food's making it all the way home like I'm eating this
yeah,
in the car
yeah.
for sure and but then like when you do that. Oh no, stupid kids.
Daddy.
I just said stupid kids.
I know.
Uh, it's a
They're
real
gonna hear this one day.
yeah. So yeah, they are, and they'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. They're like, my dad was a flunky dunk. Yeah. So, um, What was I just saying? Oh my god, I lost my. Yeah,
Uh,
so to go food, to go food.
yeah, yeah.
So, but where I'm going with this is, you ever like eat and then the next day you go to your car and it looks like a freaking trash can, like
Oh,
spit,
absolutely. There's
and
like
you're just
shredded lettuce and it reeks.
you're
Yeah.
like, did I even eat nacho cheese? It's all all these fries by
Why
the
is there mayo in my
yeah,
gear shift? Yeah.
freaking yeah, like shredded lettuce and like
Yeah. Oh, dude, there's always like cheese where your ass is. You're like,
yeah,
how did
like
it
in
get there?
between the seat belt and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it's
dude,
just
big time.
it's so embarrassing. You're just like, I need to change my life. Like for
Oh,
me, it's
I've
like,
had to
oh,
go out there with like wet wipes and totally fix it up.
totally. So,
Especially if you spill like a soda.
oh, dude.
And it's always near your gear shift area, right? Because
Yeah, yeah,
that's
it
where the
gets in
cup
there.
holder thing, dude, it's nasty.
Somehow I have like in my car, and I don't know when, in the haze of driving some at some point, I have this stain on my ceiling of
Uh-huh.
my car that's like, and it looks like I took like Trey's root beer float and just like
Yeah, yeah.
on the,
Sploosh. Yeah.
and I can't get it off. And it's hilarious because occasionally, like for whatever reason, if I'm FaceTiming somebody and I'm looking at my phone, I'm,
Stain behind your
yeah,
head.
I'm looking up and someone's like, "Why is there a chocolate stain on the roof of your?"
Yeah. Why did you shart into the corner?
Yeah,
So you mean like while you're driving and FaceTiming? Yeah, I
yeah,
totally get it.
yeah, yeah, totally. Well, I'm driving and watching our YouTube.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
watching us on YouTube actually.
A series of billions. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, a series of the Green Room podcast on YouTube,
Come
guys.
on now,
Don't
because
forget
it's
to smash that like. Yeah.
oh no, I hate that. I hate smash that like
Yeah, yeah.
button.
What's it? I hate the what's up.
My phone is broken. Why? Because I smashed like you
Guy.
told me to.
So yeah, smash it. The reason I'm so flunky dunk today, let's just get into that.
Hmm.
Me and Nervo played last night, and like I said, we played out in Mountain View. It is that really an IPA? It looks like an
No, it's a B12. I know it looks kind of weird. It's
IPA.
pink, but it looks kind of
Nice. It looks refreshing.
yeah,
So we did a duo of our thing, acoustic duo.
yeah.
And I subbed out a Tainted Love show for this show just because it was booked way before.
I was wondering about that.
And I was like, this is before I'm gonna try and be loyal for once in my life as far as gigs, like and
Yeah,
be like, I'll do the right thing.
yeah.
And of course I'm getting like messages, Tainted Love, it looks amazing. They're all yay, like sitting in some restaurant, like it looks
Yep,
super fun. Me
yep.
and Nervo, I get there, I'm just driving around going like, where in the heck are we even playing? Like the
Right.
address we got, it's with
And
this
don't ask him for help.
he helped me actually.
Wow. A lot
And
of firsts that
yeah,
night then.
and so I'm driving around and it's like a Safeway parking lot and I'm like, give me a break. Like why did they send me here? What is this? And like I call him and he actually picks up. Nervo never picks up. And so he picked up this one time and he goes, "Yeah, dude, I found it. There's a tent." And I'm walking around and he goes, "Oh, is that you?" Like he had all the right answers.
Oh wow.
I was like, Nervo, dude, you're saving the day. So I drive way down. I would have never found it. Like, I don't know how
But
you
you
found it.
did have to call him to get help.
Yeah, I
So
did.
that's what I'm saying.
And
At
so
least he was there. That's
yep,
awesome.
I drive down and we're in this like courtyard area in between shops. And it's a big public show, which I also did not know.
Right.
They didn't tell me that. And I'm kind of,
Are you guys outside for this?
and we're outside
Whoa.
and we're in the middle of the sun. Like,
Hmm.
and they put a tent that does nothing because the sun's going down. It's just shining right into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Just shows people the tent.
and I'm like, dude, like we're not like for what we do, like to do a public show, like I would have liked to have known
Yeah.
because we would like prep up some unique things
Dude.
because we're
Totally.
just instrumental. And I'm like, this is so lame. I would have planned on singing. I didn't even bring my mic. Like it was
Oh.
just, so we had zero interface. Like, and I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
rough.
this,
You're like, everybody okay out there?
yeah, exactly. It's like,
Mm.
it's just, oh, I was so
Oh.
and so we start and we're playing and I'm flying directly in the sunlight and I'm just like hating my life
Yeah.
and we're
Guys
playing
want to hear green onions?
it's just face yeah and
Yeah.
so like jamming whatever and it's just annoying a wind gust comes blam hits the tent flies like the legs of it
What?
right at me hit me in the face
No way.
big tent dude
Oh my
and
God.
and I luckily caught it with one hand. I saw it coming, huge gust of wind, huge, and I go, "Ah," and we're playing. It's all flat, the guitar. I catch it with one hand. It hits our cables. The whole power goes out. And everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm holding this tent while it was basically a kid that was our
How
production.
big is this tent? Is it like Twister?
It
It's
was
just
no, it was
way up
like
in the
your
air.
classic like those tints that you get, those pop-up tints, right?
Yeah. Oh,
But
I
the
see. Yeah.
but the wind was way too strong for a
Oh
little
my
pop-up.
God.
It freaking hit me and she's trying to hold the other side and this girl is like freaking 90 pounds. Like I'm like, you're gonna fly away. Like you ever seen Up? Like where the balloons just carry the guy
And Nervo continues playing as if
and
nothing has happened.
yeah, and his power's off and he's still playing.
He's like,
No,
shut up.
actually,
Yeah.
he was like, "Are you okay, dude?" And I'm
Yeah.
like trying to like gather myself, like,
Yeah.
am I okay? Like, am
Yeah.
I going to lose my mind right now?
Yeah.
Like, so we stopped for a second and I'm actually like, it actually hurt my hand because it hit my hand
Yeah.
and I'm just so annoyed. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I'm just sitting there and I'm looking at the crowd and I'm like, why are we here right now? Like,
Mhm.
and it's one of these things where I really, really had to like find my inner peace of because we
Did
get,
you book it or him?
it was me. It was
Oh,
me.
I like this. That's
and
good. That's
and
good.
so and the flat fee is actually good. It's one of these things where it's like we are getting paid. Like
Yeah.
this is okay. But I'm like, but this is and I looked at Nerva and I go, this is fucking terrible. Like I was like, this is a fucking nightmare gig. And he's actually just like,
How far into the gig did this happen?
freaking 10 minutes. 10
Oh
minutes in.
God.
And I'm just sitting there going like I was so close. If he
Did
wasn't
you
there,
want to just bounce?
yeah, I did. I was so close. I was so close to just being like, we're leaving right now.
Hmm.
And I mean, the tent hit
You're
me.
just like Alex. You're like, I'm leaving.
Yeah, if
Luke's gonna be
Nervo
there.
wasn't there, I would have left.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, I need to be like keep my cool. Like
Yeah.
he seems fine, and it is only 2 hours. It's only a 2 hour show,
Yeah.
and we're gonna take a break in the middle. So I was
It's
like,
only a 2 hour show, and all you have is 2 hours left.
which is a classic. It was
Yeah.
like it was just like the whole thing. And so
So how long did you guys stop before
we
you kind of
stopped for
start up?
maybe 10 minutes to
Yeah.
gather and like literally replug things in and make
Right.
sure my guitar isn't broken in half.
Yep.
And then they find like these other weights to put on. And so the whole time I'm all like PSD, like if a little gust of wind, I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah. You wake up that night, you're like, tent.
Did
Yeah.
it tinted my
Yeah.
kind of tinted my arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
When you see a hot girl, someone's like, "Hey, man, you're pitching a tent." You're like, "No, what's wrong with you, dude?"
so like we dude, it was just brutal. It was so brutal. It was just we were in the wrong
Uh,
spot. Anyways, we took our break. We like gathered
did,
ourselves.
did, did a person from the event like come over to you and be like,
Yeah.
"We really apologize"?
Well, yeah, but the person was like, she was like 14 years old. Like
Oh,
she was
classic.
like, "Oh man,
It's
are
like,
you
is there
okay?"
anything I can do for you,
Yeah,
sir?
it was all fucked up. The whole thing was fucked up. Like our power had to be way off, and I was like, wait, the power has to cross all these sidewalks. Like, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, do you have any tape? And I was like, I think I do, but like, you're lucky I do
She's
because,
like, "Can you tape the tent
yeah, right. Can you just
to
tape?
the street?"
Yeah, like they had nothing. and it was all on us. I was like, oh my god, this is not. And then so this whole
He's
tent.
like, also, can you play a Taylor Swift song?
Yeah. Also, can you sing or something? Because
Yeah.
this is lame.
Right. That's
Yeah.
why I threw the tent at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Uh, so like, uh, the whole tent thing didn't do anything anyways, except run into my face. The tent
Yeah.
wasn't even covering the sun. It was
Right.
I was in the sun, directly in the sun. Nervo, because he's like paler than I am, like
Oh yeah.
he starts just standing up all awkward. And so he's like standing up. He's like, dude, this is like way better if you stand up. I'm like, I'm not gonna stand
Why? As far as the sun, why
because
was
his
that
head
better?
was slightly out of the.
He's like, my forehead is feeling such relief.
Yeah, so we get through the first set, we take a break. I'm totally venting and like just so
Oh
pissed.
yeah.
And I'm like I was normally Nervo's apologizing to me. I was apologizing to him because
Nice.
I was like, dude, I'm sorry. Like I know we just like this is easy. Let's just like I'm just super frustrated right now.
Yeah,
And so we
man.
got out, and actually the second set, dude, there's so many people. I was just like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
there were many things that were on my mind besides the tent. I was just like, I wish we would have known, like we would have prepared something that would be more appropriate because we're like dinner set.
Dude, I swear
You-
I had a very similar thing
And
happen. I was asked to do a trio, but it was like a corporate thing, is what I'm told. And normally those are your kind of wallpaper while people are sitting at
and that's what
easy
you
eating.
are expecting,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
And we get there and it's also out in the middle of the sun. And literally, dude, I'm not exaggerating. They have a line array system and there's like 4,000 people there.
right, yeah,
And then we're in the middle of the sun. And so, dude, and I also feel like the people putting it on are like the only ones at first standing right in front of you watching what you're doing.
yeah,
Like set up the mood, bro. Like get this going, guys.
right,
And it's
right,
like, oh my God.
yeah,
And then so that reminds me because I'm back to the food thing again, but so Neon Velvet played this outdoor festival in Fremont. It's kind of a strange location, and I
yeah,
think they've only done it maybe a few years, 2 or 3 years before this, and now they decided they want to like really kick it up a notch, so they like whatever doubled their budget to like two Happy Meal coupons or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
So
Buy one get one Fremont.
yeah, exactly. Nice. Woo, baby, throwing heat.
Yeah, Flunky Dunk powers.
That's right. So it's so janky. You can just tell. Like I show up there and they have the like I don't know 50 to 100 seats set up, but it looks like a small wedding. Like these
Yeah,
white chairs and they're kind of far away.
yeah,
And so that those people who attend this are not used to even going to any concerts, so they all
right,
just sit in those chairs like this is
exact.
what these
Yeah,
are for.
uh-huh,
And we're right in front of like a Dick's Sporting Goods
uh-huh.
outside in a strip mall. And of course Matt Germano, our drummer, has a good joke. He's like, I dare you to say something about dicks.
Yeah.
So I cannot pass that up. So later in the set, I'm like, we've always wanted to perform for dicks, Sporting
Yeah,
Goods. You say it a little later.
yeah. Yeah.
But the guy who hired us, he's like one of those scraggly gray ponytail guys.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
all right, they're here. Yeah, this is gonna be great. All right, look, man. Here, you know what? Rock and roll ensue.
This
So
is gonna be a slam dunk.
yeah, exactly. We're gonna rip their heads off, all these gray hairs. So,
Say
so,
a
so,
dick joke.
yeah, exactly. He's like, I specifically set you up here. It's like an alley oop. All right, now go for it. I go, hey man, oh, this is great. Did we say there was like because the rider was fruit tray and stuff backstage or whatever, and Red Bulls. I really could use a Red Bull at that time, so I'm like, oh man, Red Bulls. And he goes, God, and I was like, dude, oh yikes, and I was like pissed.
Yeah.
It's a long drive there, and I just wasn't in the. I don't know. I felt why am I here thing, and then he's like, well, I have a peach monster in my truck. Yeah, you ever try the peach? I was like, he's like, I've only had one sip out of it. It peach monsters. I'm like,
I've never even heard of a peach
me
monster.
neither. And that does not sound good. Peach flavored anything right now just didn't sound. He's like, you like peach, right? You like peach. I'm like, what? No, no, no. He goes, you like peach.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. No, I don't. I'll pass. And then I go, well, there's supposed to be like fruit or some other stuff here. And he's like, man, I really dropped a ball. So I'm like, fuck, and then we just go to some other restaurant. There's not enough time really to like go to a restaurant. There's like an hour. It was just kind of messed up. So half the band did end up just going to the restaurant anyway. We're like desperate. And I just go and get dressed. And then I get to the stage and it's, like right about to start 5 minutes before. And he walks up with a fruit tray.
Oh,
He's like, got you covered. I'm like,
it's all peaches. It's all peaches.
Exactly. It's like a pineapple that's not cut up. It's just a whole pineapple. There you go, fruit.
Yeah, you like peaches, right?
I only took one bite out of it. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, I mean, there's not enough time to. So it just sat there and sweated behind us, the fruit thing. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
And so another thing that happened at that show is, of course, we use wireless mics, and I'm trying so bad to like cajole these people to dancing. They're just families and kids
Yeah.
with balloons, and there's like a face painter person running around out there. And I actually had a great time, but it was a little bit hokey.
Yeah.
So I'm like jumping off stage and running around to people, and like there's a guy like dancing hard in his seat. It's
like he's gonna I accidentally like fold up the seat. He's dancing.
His knees are up by his face. I'm like, dude, so I'm just talking to people into the mic out in the crowd. I go out there, I'm like, you look like you want to get up and dance, brother. Come on, man. And he's like kind of making his head say no while he's dancing. And I'm like, dude, get up.
Yeah.
I go, get up. Your dog's a better dancer than you. His dog's like jumping around. I mean, it was funny, but I was like starting to really insult the crowd.
Yeah.
And then I keep walking toward the back of the seats, basically. And I'm like, this is like a funeral. and then and then so I get to and I keep trying to. It's funny, actually. We're all laughing. And then I walk to the back and I start realizing I'm still singing at the same time too, in the middle of all this. And I realize I'm so far from the stage that the sound is delayed and I'm probably singing like off beat.
It's like way off.
Yeah. And I'm like getting confused because the echo and the drums, and it's like,
yeah.
And then I see an old friend who used to jam with us. I want to give him a shout out. His name's Bobby Simcox. Have you ever heard of him, by the way?
I don't think so.
He's kind of I think he ends up playing a lot of Latin rock stuff. So like Suavecito, he plays with that band,
Nice.
which is I think called Sapo or Malo, one of those two syllable. But he's a great dude, and we've like toured all over the world together, and he's a character, dude. So I see him and he's like, "What's up, bro?" Like an old school rocker guy.
Yeah.
And he had I think he might still live by it. He has a life theory that you can survive on, like, well, at the time I think it was like $3 a day, because Jack in the Box offered 2 jumbo jacks for $3.
Yeah, or like
Something
2
like that.
tacos too. 2 tacos.
Yeah, maybe.
For
Right.
99
There you go. So you're not thinking this is crazy, but we used to
Dude,
ask
75
him,
soft. I've been living this life.
there you go, baby. And we'd ask him like, dude, are you gonna really get all your nutrients you need or whatever? He's like, absolutely, bro. He's like, dude, you got your meat and you got your fruit from the tomato, and then you got your roughage. You got your lettuce, so there's the roughage, not counting the sesame seeds.
He's like, I did go colorblind the other day, but I'm fine.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't order the tartar. He's got like his accent. Yeah, everything is like hard on the first syllable. Here's a jumbo jack, you know. What's your name? Bob.
Dude, it'd be hilarious if you like if you crowd surfed on top of the people in the chairs, like
I know, I should have. I should have. Oh my
oh man,
god.
dude.
Yeah.
See, it's those things, like it's we get dealt these hands all the time, right? Like
Oh yeah.
it's just it's shows like that though that I was frustrated for a million reasons. The main reason though is knowing like, dude, we could crush this right now. Like this could
Yeah.
be
If we were
amazing
given the right
if
intel.
we were, yeah, and it just like
Same with us.
we're just not in the right. We just weren't prepared. And so there's so many reasons. Anyways, negative stuff aside, we ended well. It was
Yeah.
everybody loved it. And
Yeah.
so then it's just like as always, even if you start in a bad mood, you kind of end and you're like, yeah, okay, like
Yeah.
I was fine. And so once again, playing with Nervo, I love him so much. He's such a
Yeah.
creature of habit.
Oh yeah.
We finish and I'm like, woof, we got through it. All right, good man. I pack up, boom, boom, boom. I'm like literally parked like 3,000 times farther away than he is. Like
Yeah.
I'm way down. I
You're
load
like
up my
pulling out and he hasn't loaded yet.
I load up my shit, go down to my car, load it up, come all the way back to use the restroom, all the way back to my car again, all the way back just to say goodbye.
Yep.
All his stuff is still there. I see him loading his car. He's got one music stand. He's walking to his car, one music stand.
Have you ever asked him about that?
No, no, dude. And I'm like, dude, you like I have asked him before. I'm like, you don't bring a cart? Like
He
no
does though sometimes. He has that like
a lot of times he doesn't though. Like this one, like he's walking, which is hilarious because he's got all this stuff, like all these things with handles that he
yeah.
could carry two things. He's carrying one music stand to his car. Put that right there. Put the music stand. Then I walk back. I'm like, dude, I gotta go, man. I'll see you later.
He like disassembles the music stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's taking one piece at a time. He's like,
Pop of music stand.
one guitar pick. I'll put
Yeah.
that right there.
Exactly.
It's like freaking hilarious, dude. I'm like, I am so quick with it. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I am out. And he's just like, just barely thinking about it,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely, man.
Oh, it's so
I love it.
amazing.
But that, you know what? That's connected to why I think he had a chance to soothe you after you got wrecked in the face with a tent.
Yeah.
And I know that he takes like a nice pride and a nice, in being able to be there for you with that. It's like, and he's
Yeah,
really good with that. So
totally.
that's cool, man.
And
That's good.
knowing him, he would have gone either way that it went. Like if I was like,
We're out.
if I was like, dude, my hands are like I'm done, he probably would have been like, that's fine. Like he
Yeah.
would be understanding either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's just so awesome like that.
Mm.
Yeah. So, anyways, dude, I got home and I poured the strongest glass of tequila. Like I was just like, I do not even care. Go, go, go.
Yeah. Oh, it's like when I ate that freaking innards. I was so pissed. I got home and I like pigged out just because I was like,
Yeah,
trying to eat good. I 25 softed it when I got home.
dude,
For
so
sure.
soft. Anyways, yeah,
So soft.
so soft, softies.
Yeah.
Another funny thing in New York, we so this was kind of funny when we were there. It was nice actually. There's no hotels out there where we were staying. Like they're really expensive. So we got 3 Airbnbs and we
Yeah. Oh, nice.
split it up and it was kind of a crapshoot, like who got what. But it was me, Wendy, and Colin actually got a house.
Interesting.
Trey and Dave got a house, and then Jason, Brett, and Alex got a house. First, we drop off Trey and Dave, and their house is like this little bunker. Like it's like really small. And we're like, ooh, okay, so it's gonna be like that. And then we get to our house, it's like a freaking mansion. Like we have a huge pool, a basketball hoop.
And is it fair to say Trey probably thought he was getting over because there's only 2 of them? He's like, yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, maybe. So So we got the house. Like it was
Ooh.
so nice and like beautiful house. And and then Alex and Brett's house was like okay, but it was kind of made up. Everyone's mind was made up. Like you guys got the house, and so and Brett are like, dude, after the show tomorrow, we're having drinks at your house.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, yeah, man. And then I was like, ooh, we kind of have plans.
Ah, we already have another couple coming over.
Yeah, I was like, it might fall through, but
Yeah. Nice.
it was kind of
Nice.
funny because obviously, like, we didn't like Alex
Yeah,
and
you
Brett
live
paid
there
for
now.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, totally.
And so, anyways, we everyone does come over, right? And so, like, we've been staying there. So, like, in the day, like, we got the pool, we were like swimming, it was so awesome.
Oh my
And
God.
so we get there, and Trey's like, oh my God, look at the pool. This is amazing. And we're like, heck yeah, dude. And it's nighttime at this point. And so I'm like, I'm not swimming. I'm good. And
I
Trey's
already
like,
swam 4 hours
yeah,
there.
pretty much. And Trey's like, you're not gonna go swimming? And I was like, nah, I'm good. He's like, you gotta go swimming. And I was like, I'm good, man. He's like, I'm going swimming. I'm like, dude, hit it up. And so Trey's in the pool and he's just loving life. We got like some tequila. He's drinking. He's like, and you can just hear him. He's like, try out the pool. The
Oh
pool's amazing.
God.
And we're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is hilarious. And so he's out there for like an hour. And then Dave T's like, I'm gonna go check it out too. And so like Dave goes out and they're chilling. And I walk out and Trey's like, what are you doing? Try the pool. And I'm like, I already was like, I did it. I already tried
He's
it.
like, there's this one warm end over here.
Yeah,
Come on, man, get
he's
in.
like, the water's perfect. And I'm like, I know, it's whatever. And so he's out there forever. And and the lights are on the porch. And Alex is like, I really want to just turn off the lights.
Oh
So,
God.
and I was like, oh yeah, I was like, for sure do that. And
Yeah.
so, and we think it's gonna be like, oh my God, the lights. So I'm like, boom, and I turn off the lights and it's pitch black. And I go out and I hear Trey go, it's so much better. He's like, it's
Did
perfect.
he really believe that? Because
Yeah,
that's the genius.
I
If
think
you
he
don't know.
did. I don't know. He's like, dude, the stars, it's perfect. He's like, keep them off,
You
keep them
turn
off.
off the heat
Yeah,
on the pool. He's like,
yeah.
this is so refreshing now.
Yeah, you empty the
Even
water
better.
out. Yeah, empty the water out of the pool. This is so great. So it was so good. And so then he
Had
comes,
just the right amount of chlorine. That's awesome. Thank you.
but he just couldn't stop. It was so great. He came back in after all this, and he's just like, he couldn't stop. He's like, I can't believe you guys didn't get in the pool. It was so perfect. He's like walking out the door. He's like, the pool, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good night. Pool's great. Night. Yeah.
so good, dude.
Just as he's going to sleep.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
my
so
God.
good. It was so good. Freaking hilarious. Yeah.
All right,
So
man.
yeah, so that was pretty much that. Dude, I have so much to talk about, but I think we're good. Let's yarn because I got quite a few yarnars too.
Sweet.
Know what I'm saying?
I do, baby.
Uh I had so many notes. I
I
had
have
so
I
many.
have one yarnar to mix in.
You want to mix it? You want me to
yeah, I'll
start us
mix
off?
it. You start it. Yeah.
Okay. d- Tell me if I've said this one before. It came to my mind. It kind of sounds familiar. Yarnar superstitions.
No, you never said that one.
Okay, I think it's a good one. I
Nar.
think it's a good one.
Yeah, nar. I say
Nar.
nar.
Or being superstitious about things. Just in general.
Yeah. I mean, it could be cute. Maybe it depends on what. But like what kind of prompted it? Is there a certain one?
But yeah, because I think I am like I don't ever say it,
Yeah,
but I
I didn't
think
know that.
I have a little bit of weird OCD-ness that you wouldn't think I have
Is
that
it
I do.
sports related? Would you say?
Uh,
Because a lot
yeah,
of athletes are that way.
yeah, and just weird things where I'm like, I think it's more like creature of habit kind of things.
Yeah.
Like if I do something a certain way, and if I realize I did it like I've been doing this like 5 times in a row, I'm like, I better keep doing it like that.
Mm.
So
So, like, what's an example?
damn it,
Just
what
like
is
how you put your music stand in the trunk and stuff.
stuff like that? Yeah,
No,
honestly,
I'm not
uh,
this way at all.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, something like that. Simple as that. Like just the way that I load my gear when I do solo things.
Mhm.
I do it a certain way. Um,
But
but
that's not quite superstition,
but
unless you think
it
something
has
bad will happen if you don't do it that way.
yeah, I know there's things with yeah, like honestly, like yeah, it like on certain shows, like if I'm like with Enrique shows, I would like wear the same boots, even though I
Yeah.
have other boots that I like.
Hmm.
I'm just like, no, I feel like these ones are they've all nothing bad has happened. It's like, and
Wow.
so I kind of have a weird thing in my head about certain things.
My answer is I would say I'll gnar it, but you might know something I don't.
I don't know that I know it. I think I have a little bit of a nervous energy about certain things,
Yeah.
but if it's not so bad that if someone was like, dude,
Wear
no,
the red boots. Yeah.
and I'd be like, fine.
Like, fine if you want to have a terrible show.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's weird. I do have weird little things like even at the gym, like I'll be like I usually like I'll pick like the same locker a lot of the times. Like I'll
Yeah, I think that's kind of normal. I
just stuff like
it's a
that.
gnar for me, but I am fascinated by it in other people. Like I love to hear about that.
Yeah.
Yours. Like I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. You know you're gonna be watching me. You're gonna be messing with all my shit.
Everything you do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're like, what is this freaking you out? Is this
Yeah.
messing with you?
Yeah, right, right.
Okay. Want me to go or you got one?
Okay. I feel like a lot of mine have to do with
Food.
social media and food.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, nice.
So this one is Yarnar posting um a directive for people and then saying go. So like
Oh.
looking for restaurants in East Palo
Oh.
Alto, go.
Oh. Such a gnar for me. That's such a gnar because what that is saying is everyone's just waiting.
To
They're just
please you and give you
waiting.
information.
They're like, "Oh my god, I want to be the first one." Like, oh,
Yeah. Here comes the avalanche of
yeah,
information.
information because you just allowed us.
Go. All caps. Go.
Oh
I
god.
feel so pushed and annoyed. Dude, I despise that. So Yar. No.
Yeah.
Nar.
I'm a nar. I'm in a weird spot with cuz like I have like lately I've been really like thinking a lot like okay, like obviously I'm a performing musician. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I would love to make a living writing music. Like that would be great. With the freaking climate of the music industry though, it's like shit, dude, like what kind of money am I making? So I've been thinking more about like YouTube, honestly, like
Yeah.
building out a channel and like putting our show on there is good for that too,
Yeah.
but then also just lessons and stuff. But with that world comes a world that I have always despised, where it's like you're kind of
Yep.
going like what's up guys, blah blah
Yep.
blah, and I'm
Yep.
like
Hey
uh
gang.
hey gang, and I'm like I know there's ways to be cool about it, and so I've been thinking about this a lot, like the whole
Yeah.
like I'm like it is kind
Social
of
media etiquette sort of thing.
right, it's kind of a necessary evil though in ways, like
Yeah.
and I'm kind of like almost to the point where I'm like I'm just gonna like join it and like
Yeah.
just because I'm like it's a thing, like
I mean, we pretty much have.
we have, yeah. And I just, because I don't teach anymore either. And I'm like, I feel like I want to offer something to the world musically, like, and give. And I'm like, that might be the way that I should be doing this because
Yeah.
it's kind of a one-way channel in a way to where it's just like, I don't have to like feel like I'm babysitting, which is
Yeah.
nice. So,
Yeah.
anyways, it's tricky, social media is tricky like
I
that.
mean, I don't mind anything about myself being the hey gang person. Like that
Right.
doesn't bother me at all. But what I'm bad at is consistency.
Yes.
That's like one of the toughest things for me is
Yeah.
like I only want to do it when I feel like it.
Yeah. Which I think is good, honestly.
Yeah, it comes up. I think there's a more true and kind of like authentic, if I want to be out there to like, I know it sounds corny, but spread joy kind
Yeah.
of person, which is big on my list of, purpose.
Right.
If I'm feeling like, I just got hit in the face with a tent, I don't want to do it that day.
Man, if anybody out there that listens to this has video of that happened to be
Oh
at that show,
God, that is gold.
please, please,
Yeah, just post it without telling anyone
dude,
ahead of time.
so brutal. Okay, we'll end on this one, and this one is maybe controversial, but it's happened to me, and I feel like it's happened to other people in situations. So check this out. Yar or nar, closing your eyes to pray and saying amen when you're not religious at all, when you're put in that position,
Oh,
when you're just somehow you're like
so
in
you're
a
at a
group,
wedding, let's
yeah,
say, and
or
everybody's
or
supposed to
a
be led in a
dinner,
prayer. Yeah.
maybe a dinner that you're like, and then someone's just like, let's close our eyes and pray, and
So
then
maybe the question is, maybe the question is just someone sort of forcing a crowd, a group to do that at all is the yarnar.
yeah, well, but then what do you do?
Yeah.
Do you just
Like,
close your eyes
are
and
you saying it might be disrespectful to do the close your eyes and amen because you don't believe it?
no, I think I do. I do
Yeah.
it. And I'm
Yeah.
a spiritual person and I grew
Yeah.
up in a pretty religious family.
Uh-huh.
But I have my own take
Ways.
and my
Yeah.
own thoughts. But I'm not, basically what I'm saying is if someone says, let's pray, I don't just keep my eyes open and just stare at them.
Now that's the nard. I think that's rude. I think it's like, generally the social acceptable way is close your eyes and you don't
Bow
have
your,
to say amen out
bow your,
loud.
bow your
That's
head.
yeah, yeah, I think that's okay.
Right.
It's just like a quiet moment to be
Sure.
thankful. That
Right.
doesn't have to be
Has
anything.
anybody ever asked you to lead a prayer?
Heck yeah.
And did you take it?
Yeah, dude, I'm never
Yeah.
gonna pass that up. That's a show. Yeah. All right, everybody. I didn't know this was gonna happen, but check it out. Yeah.
I got a story about peaches.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. You like fruit? Just wait an hour.
I drank 7 Monster Energy. Oh man, I think that's it's it's almost that would be like a funny gag is to like bring someone in like yeah, like bring someone into a group where you're all friends and this
Yeah,
person's an outsider and be like,
yeah.
let's have you lead the prayer.
Oh God.
Just to watch them squirm a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. It could go crazy. It could
Yeah.
go nuts.
Yeah.
Oh man. I
Okay, I'm
love
gonna
it.
do. How about one more quick one because I got it right in front of my face.
Do it.
Yarnar, buying strawberries from the guy outside of the store instead of buying them inside the store. You know the guys that walk
I've
around.
never seen them right outside a store
Oh,
though.
dude, in my
Really?
area, everywhere, these guys with these strawberries, man, or like maybe they're oranges or it's usually strawberries for
I
us.
see them on the side of the road, but not
So
right in front of the store.
imagine those dudes walking around outside of
Yeah.
grocery store. I'm a
Uh,
nar. I'm a huge nar because
yeah.
I'm like, where did you get those?
Yeah. I
Like,
think that's not where you set up.
yeah.
That's not
And
cool.
all the guys that sell the strawberries by our place are like 4'5". So I'm like, I don't know what's in those strawberries, but they're
It's
stunting your
making you shrink. Yeah.
Here's some strawberries.
growth. Short berries. Stupid.
These are giant strawberries.
No, they're not. You're just tiny.
You're just very, very small. Yeah, man. Okay. I
All
guess
right.
that's it. What do you got going on this weekend?
Tonight with Mustache Harbor at the Mystic in Petaluma. Nobody's listening right at this moment, but
It doesn't matter.
That's gonna be killer. I'm
In the
gonna
future, they'll be like, wow, they were so busy 5 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I know. But I'm gonna have coffee with Clay Bell, our buddy, right before that because he's a Petaluma guy, and
Nice.
I'm gonna go early because he has a show. I think it's at Hot Monk Sonoma or one of the Hot Monks. Sorry,
Yep.
Clay. But if you love
Just go to
Clay
both.
like I do, yeah, you
They're like 45
find
miles
out, look him
apart.
up, and so that's gonna be cool. And then tomorrow I'm with TL. So am I with you?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
De La
baby.
Salle. De
So
La
we're at De
Salle.
La Salle. Yeah, yeah. That's always fun.
Nice.
Last time was really fun when we played De La Salle together. This
Yeah.
is me and Alex's alma mater.
Yep.
So these are you know reunion type events,
Sweet.
and it's pretty killer. So there's that, and then Sunday I have a solo at the Relic in Benicia.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you, man?
Doing a what is it? Clos La Chance Vineyard in
Ooh.
San Martin tonight, which is
Oh.
actually a public thing with TL. Then tomorrow is De
Wow.
La Salle,
Uh-huh.
and Sunday is off. And I'm
Nice.
probably gonna, still be recouping from that tent attack. Tent attack.
Yeah. You're gonna go buy some tent-sized band-aids.
I'm gonna have a tent net. All these tent words are hard to say.
Tent. Tent.
Yeah, man. Cool. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, dude, let's rock.
All right, dude.
See ya, baby.
Green room is probably not clean. The green room, it's definitely not green. The green room, can I get some more ice? If you're not